Yo, yo, I made it to 4 videos and I did them like I said I would. Yeah. Um, Got pretty unusual, right? Often people promise things and they don't deliver. Hell, often I say I'm going to do things as far as videos go and it takes me a long time to do them. It's difficult, right? Um, you know, living up to your word and keeping up with things as far as time commitments that you've given yourself, particularly when there's money involved, can be very difficult. But the best policy is to not just make a bunch of fucking excuses and constantly avoid people. I just think it's a bad practice. But enough about gear makers. Oh, fuck. It's so fucking true. Is it not? And what's the deal with airline food? Anyway, let's jump into it. There are five categories. Count them, five categories where people sent in a number of suggestions. I was going to say great suggestions, but they ranged from great suggestions to fucking weird ones. But I said I would say them all that I could remember. If you messaged them to me, I was much more prone to be able to just write them down. I'm going to start with the fucking people writing mean shit. I'm going to start with the categories that got the least number of additional suggestions, right? Female. I was glad that somebody had a female wrestler to suggest, and it's Shalandra Royal, which I think is an interesting selection. She was part of an AEW thing, right? Part of the Battle Royal or something like that. So that's certainly noteworthy. And I've seen that name pop up in show reports before. So Shalandra Royal, the person who put your name up, obviously thinks a lot of you. Good for you. That's awesome. Male performer. This is one of those where as soon as I saw the name, I felt immediately guilty because I realized this is somebody who I give short shrift to, and that stops now. Adrian Hawkins for male performer. Yes, the answer is yeah. He certainly should be somebody who garners votes, but more than that, I think he's somebody who's done a consistently great job all year long. Probably somebody who should make their way into the top 10. If I'm being honest, it's about time I do another one of those soon anyway. I think after Southern Honors show, we're going to see where things shake out and do a top 10 wrestlers in Georgia thing and probably another top 10 most influential people going into the end of the year. Let's see what category you got the next. By the way, you'll be stunned. You'll be stunned. Oh, fucking, I just clickbaited myself. You'll be stunned at the category that had the most suggestions of additional people with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. So next is mentor. Now, the person for mentor of the year, the three people, none of them are bookers. None of them are promoters. None of them are trainers. This is leading me to think that nowadays the number of places that teach and truly instruct are much less, and that trainers are not as direct or as good in some well-rounded game as they used to be. Because the names I got were Aja Pereira, which is a fantastic choice. And I hope that it's true that she's helping to guide and mentor other wrestlers. I think that's really awesome. Sugar Dunkerton, who's certainly big on advice, publicly at least. I'm not sure how he is in private. I used to book him from time to time in PCW. But Sugar Dunkerton's name came up. And Corey Hollis. Corey Hollis I hear a lot about, so that one doesn't shock me nearly as much as the other two, but that's very interesting that for mentor, Aja Pereira, Sugar Dunkerton, Corey Hollis were mentioned. What does that say about the state of training? What are the holes in AR Fox's game that nobody has ever mentioned him for mentor or trainer of the year or anything like that? in spite of the fact that a number of good to great people have come out of his school and training. Does it mean that they're training themselves more or less? Certainly those schools exist. And that's not to say that A.R. Fox does nothing, but perhaps he's not teaching them the well-rounded game. And that's something that they're finding out on their own or through their peers. I think it's interesting when wrestlers themselves purport and put out that it's other wrestlers who should be up for mentor. What does it say about QT? What does it say about Robert Gibson that nobody mentioned their name? I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Most improved. David Ali's name was thrown at me from multiple people, and why that's fucking embarrassing is David Ali is the person that I said should be most improved on Tipping Point, and I still believe it. His name just honestly slipped my mind. I'm sure he's going to make a post bitching and moaning about it, because that's kind of what he does. So as long as he doesn't call in a Tipping Point and speak ever again. Diet orange soda, no carbs, exciting. So David Ali absolutely should be there. In fact, I think he's probably going to win. However, the other names sent in, two of them are amazing choices, and one of them is fucking stupid. Which one do you want to hear first? Yeah, let's hear the good ones. Will Caution. A fucking course, Will Caution. Borderline top 10 wrestler in the state of Georgia. Has gone over some of the best people in Georgia, and he just fucking does a great job. Will Caution, I saw his name as much as anybody's this year. So yeah, I think he should definitely be there for most improved. Griff Garrison, of course, part of Master and Machine, but had a great solo outing and run in Anarchy, where to the point where if that guy won the title there, wouldn't surprise me. How can that not be deemed the most improved as well? Great job, Griff Garrison. And now the stupid name. Michael Judas. Michael Judas. Michael Judas. For most fucking improved. Which just goes to show how limited, and I can't really rail on the person that suggested it to me, except I guess. I'm just not going to call them out by name. It's fucking stupid. Michael Judas has been around forever. He's been a main eventer in Cornelia, amongst other places. It just goes to show how limited our scope is and our vision is, and if we're fans of Southern Fried, that we think Michael Judas just popped out of nowhere and he's been wrestling for 2 years, and Michael Judas is fucking ready for the dance. He done been ready for the dance. For God's sakes, he was in fucking TNA. So Michael Judas is a fucking weird choice. However, Michael Judas would not be a weird choice for any of number of the other categories. But putting Michael Judas in most improved, you might as well put him for female personality of the year. So, as far as I'm concerned. Then again, I don't know how he identifies, and just fucking making a joke. It's okay. Everybody, get your knickers untwisted. And that brings us to the final category that had 5 names thrown at me. And it's for announcer. They're coming for you. They're coming for you, Jonathan Feltner. Nigel Sherrod, which I get. And, you know, he's working for different groups. I mean, he gets paid to do it for WOW, amongst other places, if I'm correct. JJ and Britt Wolverton, they're in that commentary role. They're fucking phenomenal. I don't get to hear their stuff. I don't think a lot of people get to hear their stuff, but you got to put their names in there, and I'm glad somebody did. Clifford McDonald was the only name out of all the ones that were sent to me that I was not familiar with. So I went and dug into his stuff. Georgia Independent Pro Wrestling, which has been making headway and fucking making a lot of noise to the point where Larry and Rob Rod are considering going to their show. And they're kind of getting their name out there, and they're a small indie and all this kind of stuff. And so they said Clifford McDonald. So I was just like, oh, fuck. Here's somebody trying to... So I I literally just before I turned this on went and found some stuff that he was announcing on, and you know what? He's got a great fucking voice, and he does a great fucking job. And anytime that you can bring dignity and a sense of normalcy to a bar show, oh, my thing's from you. You're doing a good job. So fuck Clifford McDonald, who fucking knew. And last, Diana Michael, or I don't know if it's Michelle or what. I'm just gonna say Diana Michael. She does Larietto. She's done APW. And she's about to debut as a ring announcer for Pro Wrestling Circuit. So, great shit. What can I say? I'm very glad. And again, you'll get your chance to put names in for nomination this year. So when that opportunity arises, please do so. Let's get the names in there so we can whittle it down to get it down to, I think we try to do 5 in each category, and then the voting will commence. And again, these are what makes the Georgia Wrestling History Awards so special, so great, and so important. It is your peers that vote for the winners. So ultimately, it's wonderful, and the people that have won the awards multiple times are some of the most important people in Georgia wrestling, and the people that matter really want to win, and it's a great thing. 15 categories, and this year 16. What's the new category? Feud of the Year. And this is amongst wrestling people in a wrestling context, or at least within the confines of a show. This is not, Southern Honor against GPW, which would win hands fucking down for the real feud, or the feud of like everybody versus Scary Lamb, or the feud of, whatever the fuck you want to say. Zachary Blaine and underage. No, I'm not going to go there. But the feud is something along the lines of Alan Angels and AC Mack. Something along the lines of Corey Hollis against Logan Creed. Something along the lines of, you can name any number of entities or people feuding with each other. Matt Griffin, right, against Billy Buck. These are examples. Right, so we're going to add feud this year, which is great, because then it's wide open. Anyway, I did it, motherfuckers. 4 nights. 4 videos, Georgia Wrestling History preview videos. Tuesday, Tipping Point's happening. Larry still can't be there, but I'm going to be there, and Gary Lamb's going to be there. So it's me and Gary Lamb. Is this going to be the typical interview of, you're so great, you're so great too. Gosh, I think I've done great shit. I think you have too, and I think I've done great shit. Oh, you are so great. Oh my God, tell me about your experience in wrestling. Fuck no. Gary Lamb said, ask me whatever the fuck you want. That's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm sure Gary's going to have some fucking pointed shit to say about me. Great. Tuesday, 7. Let's bring it on, motherfuckers. And my shirt is fucking awesome. And it's awesome. And I got notice from my fucking post office box that I have a whole lot of packages delivered. Can't wait to see what they are. Unboxing gonna happen. Maybe I'll get a video out this weekend. And by the way, people have been sending me like show summaries and show reports from shows that have never been covered by Georgia Wrestling History before. That's fucking awesome. Send them to me, and I'll make sure to mention them on the next full disclosure. However, send them to Larry, too. Let's get them up on the fucking GWH newsandnotes.blogspot.com site. Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. Those of you who threw in your suggestions, I highly, highly appreciate it. And, yeah, it's fucking awesome. And, God, I need to meet some of these motherfuckers. I think I need to take a fucking road trip to Georgia and come see some of these shows and meet some of these people. I need to find another green jacket, though. Fucking Hankins got my shit. And I'm not going to be a fucking Native American giver on that shit. Anyway, shit, I'm out of here, man. I need to get some motherfucking sleep.